Hey guys, welcome back to the FabuPRO YouTube channel. This is not a regular intro. I am outside of the FabuPRO salon, but I did want to let you guys know that today we are going to be doing the isolation video, and I'm not going to be completing this set. I'm going to be doing a couple extensions. That way I can show you guys how I isolate and how it works better for me. This is my opinion on how I can isolate a better way, and I really hope that it works out for you guys. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. Now, if you guys would like to purchase any of the products, be sure to go to www.FabuPRO.com and use code ZULY10 ZULY10 and get 10% off your purchase. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video. I have already sanitized my hands, and I will start prepping the eye area, adding the gel patches, removing any excess mascara. My guest has aged eyes. I love this woman so much. I actually call her Mamago. She does not like to be called grandma. She is the sweetest thing on this earth. I absolutely love her. If you would like to have like a little bit of an easier isolation, you can add a tape pulling up her lid towards her brow bone, and that would help lift up the natural lashes away from the gel pads or the tape. Now, step one for isolation. You want to get all of the easy lashes out of the way. Now, think about it this way. Easy lashes equals warm up. So once you have all the easy lashes done, you have already got started and you've practiced a little bit. So now once you get to the hard lashes, they might not be hard after all. Step two, focus on your hand movements. Now what you want to do is you want to start from the root closer to the lash line and move your way up and out. That way that's a little bit easier for you to isolate. I hope that you are understanding what I'm trying to say. You start closer to the lash line and move your way outwards, kind of like in a V motion. I hope that makes sense. Another thing you can do by focusing on your hands is use both tweezers. Use the isolation tweezer and use the Foxy tweezer. This is going to help you have a little bit more control over the natural lashes that you are trying to isolate. Use your Foxy tweezers to keep all of the little tiny itty bitty natural lashes out of the way, and it's going to be easier for you to isolate that natural lash. I mean, I'm using both of my hands and it's just a little bit easier. A lot of the times when you are a lash tech, as a beginner, you tend to move your hand when you are going to pick up the eyelash extensions, which is why a lot of times it takes so long, because by the time you come back to apply the extension, you have already lost your lash that you have already isolated. Now moving on to the inner corners. A lot of people have struggled with this area when it comes to lashing. Now for me, it's always just been easier. Like I said, use both of your tweezers to keep those other natural lashes out of the way, and that way the inner corner won't be as crowded. Also, when you push down, as you can see, you have a little bit more space and more control over that natural lash. Be mindful that your hand is close to the lash line. Make sure that you are aware of your hand movement. I've already said this, but if you can see, I actually backed up the camera a little bit because I want you to see how I am moving my hand. I am actually controlling my isolation tweezers with my index finger and my thumb. And I am starting very close to the lash line in a V motion towards the outside. I am starting from the bottom up. And just keep in mind, everybody is different, so I don't know how you isolate, but this is what works for me, and I want to share what works for me with you. I'm starting from the lash line and moving my way up without poking on the lash line or the lid. People just think that, that they're not good enough, but it's just the fact that you need to give yourself time. Time is key in this process. You cannot expect to be super lash woman in a day. Now in this area, I'm going to show you just repeatedly how I move my hands in order to isolate. Alright, moving on to step 3. You want to make sure that you are using the correct tweezers. When you use tweezers that are not good for you or that do not fit you personally, you are going to struggle a lot. And this is probably a whole nother video, to be honest with you, because choosing tweezers is really, really important. These are the tweezers that work best for me. If I were to use other tweezers, my hands would be sore. And speaking about hands, what a horror. My nails look so bad. Step 4, be patient. As a lash tech, we always want to be super lash techs from day one. But I hate to break it down to you. Unfortunately, this is a long process and you will not be able to be super lash woman for at least 6 months. Now in this area, I'm going to show you just one more tip. Basically, when I isolate, sometimes there's very little tiny lashes that get in the way, but what I like to do is I go up and I close my tweezers right at the tip of that natural lash and I bring the tweezer down like this. Keep believing in yourself, keep working hard, and keep up the good work. Don't stop believing! Thank you guys for watching, and until next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so that you guys are notified whenever we post another video.